we are going to be understanding the worksheet itself. But before I continue, in the last video, I showed you how you can open Excel on your system. Now, for you to avoid wasting time going to Windows to open it, you can just, once your Excel is open like this, you can just hover your mouse on the Excel icon on your taskbar here, right click, and when you right click, this will pop up. Just click on pin to taskbar. So it will be permanently here on this taskbar. So anytime you want to open it, just come and click on it. One tap, it opens. Understanding the worksheet itself, we are going to be talking about rows, column, cell, and cell address in this video. Now, you can see on the horizontal column, we have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. This number goes down to over 1,000,000. So this is the row number, meaning that we can enter up to 1,000,000, over 1,000,000 rows of data inside this worksheet alone. This is the row number. Then here on this vertical axis, we have letters A, B, C, D. We have A to Z. After Z, we have A, B, continually like that. These are the columns. This column A, column B, column C, column D, and so on. This is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. What I'm doing is that I'm highlighting each of the rows. I can highlight several rows. I can highlight several columns. You get? That is that. Now, can you see what I'm doing? These small rectangular boxes are called cells. They are called cells. Cells are the space where you type in your data. So like we did before, 44, I've typed 44 inside this cell. And this is the value, 44. Now, you will notice that as I'm moving my mouse to different cells, this number is changing. This number is changing. H3, I3, I2. So this is what we call cell address. This is what we call cell address. A cell address is the intersection of row and column. So this is row B, this is column 3. So because of that, we say this cell address, or this cell, the name of this cell, or the address of this cell is B3. The address of this cell is D3. The address of this cell is D7. So these are the default address inside our worksheet. But then we can rename the cell or the address to whatever we want. If I want to name this C3, give it my name. Just double click on this, type Adedoyin. I can change this one to Igwe and click on enter. So if I click on this drop down, I have Adedoyin, I have Igwe. If I click on Adedoyin, it takes me back to that cell address for this particular worksheet. The usefulness of this will be seen later when we are doing analysis. There's something called VLOOKUP. Using VLOOKUP for analysis is a formula. This renaming of cell is very important for VLOOKUP. If you don't rename your cells, it might be impossible If you don't rename your cells or your table, it might be impossible for you to use VLOOKUP for analysis, but that's not where we are going today. So let me just undo everything I've done. So yeah, everything is back to normal. Now, the importance of having cell address is that it helps us our calculation very easily. For example, I put 44 here. I put 25 here, or let's say 2. So this is C3, this is C4. So I can decide to calculate the sum or the multiplication of these two values. For me to calculate it, I won't say, if it's on the calculator, you say 44 times 2, right? It will not give you what you want. In Excel, you have to multiply the cell address, not the values inside the cell address. So if I want to do this now, I say equal to, all formula in Excel start with equal to. We will still get to that. I can say equal to C3 times C4. So I've multiplied this cell with this. So once I press enter, I will have my result, the multiplication of these two cells. I can do the same. I can edit it here. I can do the same for addition. For addition, I can do plus and press enter. I will get it. I can do the same for division. I can do slash C3 divided by C4. Enter. I have 22. So this is the reason why it is very important we know how to use cell address. Okay.